Welcome into Fantasy AI. Moving on. All right, welcome back to the computer room. We're going to look at some fresh running back picks for week 6. Get you ready for week 6 and some of the running backs you might want to play. Got some special ones, some buys, some people hurt. So let's get started here. I've got Isaiah Pacheco. Kareem Hunt had a big game here. And P. Ryan, they're all off for Kansas City on a bye week this week. Get them out of your lineup. The biggest one this week on a bye is Kyren Williams. All right, number 4 running back right now. You can see he's on a bye, so you're going to have to get him out of your lineups. And Miami, you got A-Chain. He's hurt. He can rest up on the bye week. Mostert came back. Give him an extra week. And Jalen Wright's on a bye week too. Get them all rested up, get back, and try to figure out which one's going to be the lead back there in Miami when they get back. Aaron Jones has been the lead back in Minnesota. He had a little injury. He'll have time to rest as he's on a bye too. And Ty Chandler. So those are the people on bye weeks. Let's look at some injuries. I've got Joe Mixon. I'm not going to rank him. I think that he's going to miss this week. And Jonathan Taylor, I got him out. It sounds like he's going to miss. So Trey Sermon, get him fired up. Get him ready. How about Rashard White? Late add. Right before I started to get ready for this video, they added Rashard White said he did not practice Thursday. So Bucky Irvin, solo. Get ready for that. And I'm not ranking Gus Edwards or Zamir White. Who cares about Zamir White? And pretty well so far it's been that on Gus Edwards too. Let's get to looking at the rankings then. So let's get started here and look at the rankings. Number 1 and number 2, Barkley and Henry. No big surprises here. Barkley's already ranked number 3 is running back. Got a 12th schedule easy this week. Plays Cleveland at home. Cleveland's just a big disappointment. Philly should roll in this game. So got Barkley, got Henry. Now he is the number 1 running back in fantasy right now. Number 1 ranked, number 1 team rushing, 15th schedule, about the same schedule as Barkley here. But I mean, I got Washington a little tougher opponent. Well, I don't know. I just put him second. And you're playing both, right? I have Kamara, and I had Mason 4th. He got hurt last night, but played a half. You got half a game out of him. Just can't do anything about injuries. He's been filling in great up to this point. Sold shoulder. We don't know how bad he's going to be. This Garando came in and did good, but McCaffrey might be coming back, so you know next week waiver wire you'll be all over this Garando, but you just don't know how long until McCaffrey's back. But anyway, Mason, that's a sorry thing. Got a half a game out of him. But how about Kamara? Got him ranked 3rd here this week. He's the 2nd running back. Got Tampa. 18th middle of the road schedule there. Team 7th in rushing. Kamara's just been doing great. Number 2, just multifaceted. Look at the receiving numbers here, 214. Rushing, he's always been dual threat here. 19 points a game you've been getting out of him. Keep him in there where you can. This would be a great matchup. Although, with Derek Carr out, is that going to affect? We got Rattler coming in. Spencer Rattler, Carr's going to be out, right? So you just don't know how that's going to affect it. Hey, Olave and them haven't been firing that good. Look at him, 33rd. Disappointment. Rashad Shaheed been doing good. But anyway, get Kamara in your lineup. Got the Detroit players at 5 and 6 at Dallas this week. We've got Montgomery, currently the 12th running back. And Gibbs is the 13th in scoring. You can see here their averages is about the same, 15 points a game. So Detroit is averaging 30 points a game for these running backs. That's how great that offense is doing. You can see here, they're the currently ranked 19th offense. But they've been doing very good in the running game. Got the 12th running game here. Gibbs, of course, they were off last week, so they're all back rested and going to play Dallas. Important game. Montgomery's been doing good too. They just both have. There's room for both in that. There's enough scoring. And they got one of the easier opponents this week. Position schedule number 5 for both of them. So, like Detroit players, get them in there. Doesn't matter, you get them both in there. Like I said, with all these players hurt, all these players out on a bye, all of these other guys get pushed up in the rankings. So, here they are, the 12th and 13th running back. They get pushed up to the 5th and 6th this week, especially with a soft matchup. Got James Conner and, Walker from last night in there too. James Conner comes in at Green Bay. You can see here that they're still the team 4 in rushing, Arizona. 16th middle of the road schedule at Green Bay. It's going to be a tough game. He's averaging 13 points a game, right? But that's pretty good average. He's been doing good. No real threats here yet. Just to see how Arizona picks back up here. I like James Conner. He's just always consistent. Kenneth Walker, like we said, played last night. Got some action. Let's move on to 9 and 10. You're starting all these guys, right? All these guys in the top 15 you're playing. You have to. All right? So, Breece Hall, exciting one. Position's got the easiest schedule, it says, at Buffalo. Although the 32nd team rushing, you can see. Got a new coach there. Got a new attitude there, maybe. But, hey, who knows? He's going to be in the top 10. Breece Hall, you can see he's 10 points a game. You got, and you're at McCook over here too. Well, he's at the Jets, right? That's not a nice matchup. So, which one's going to have the better game? Who's this big Monday night game? So, I like Breece Hall. I think that he's going to come around. Braylon Allen, he's a threat there, but they're going to probably try to get him back on track. Run the heck out of the ball, especially about this easy matchup with the Buffalo's rush defense. So I really expect a big game out of Breece Hall. Get him in there. Don't worry about him. He'll be in there good. And James Cook, of course, not so hyper about this. Fired up Jets team trying to win one for the new coach. Bad schedule, 25th schedule here for Cook. Now he gets the game, of course, receiving. He's good at receiving too. So I still got him in the top 10. You got to play him, all right? But just don't expect as much this week. All right, that's a look at your top 10 so far. Let's get started with 11 through the rest. All right, like to say, no brag, just fact. Me and Walter Brennan. It's a fantasy rehash break from last week, week 5. I had Swift pick number 6. Consensus had him at 21st. Boy, if this is the number 2 easiest schedule, I like Swift this week. If you guys playing those weekly pick'ems, pick him. How about? Yes, and he had a good week. Had 73 yards, 1 touchdown, 47 yards receiving, 18 fantasy points. They were worried about him because they were talking up Roshan. But I had Swift picked. Let's see if we can't find you a good one for this week. All right, if you're liking what you're seeing, please hit that like. Please hit that subscribe button. Like I say, even if you don't like it so much, hit that subscribe button anyway. All right, let's get started here. We're going to go back to the 11th and 12th. I've got Tony Pollard up. He's got an easy match at Indy. All right. I got him ranked 11th this week. So does the consensus. So no super sleeper here. But, hey, he's looking good. He got a good one. He's been getting most of the majority of action there. At 11.3 is a pretty good average there. Got an easy game. Tajay Spears come on a little bit more. But it's been up till now pretty well Tony Pollard carrying the mail there for Tennessee. So he keeps it rolling this week with an easy Indy opponent, right? They got him ranked up to 11th. Let's keep it rolling with Swift. They've got him ranked up to 15th. They woke up a little bit and moved him up some. I've got him easy schedule. home versus Jacksonville, although they're in London. Got 7 schedule, so not a real home game, I guess. But hey, got an easy lineup gonna go. They've been pushing him. Rashawn Johnson, they talked him up a while back, but came on there for that game. But hey, this is see where he goes this week. I like me some Swift again. Line him, then next week you got a bad game, so we might be getting off of him. But let's move on to 13 and 14. We've got Josh Jacobs and J.K. Dobbins. Talk about an easy matchup. Josh Jacobs, position schedule 6th at home, Arizona. All right. Romeo Dobbs has been getting a little hot under the collar. Christian Watson, is he hurt? We don't know. Wick's been dropping passes left and right. What better way to get him back on track was just overplaying Josh Jacobs, right? All right, I really like him this week. I think they'll just try to settle the things down and get Josh Jacobs up and going. Now, real super surprise, I've got him at 13th. They've got him at 16, but I like Josh Jacobs this week. Maybe he'd be one to pick. How about J.K. Dobbins? They had a week off here. Let's get back here. And he'd been started out on fire, kind of down the last 2 weeks. Well, this can be a tough matchup, too. You got at Denver. Position schedule 23. You put him up here because, hey, a lot of people are off. Normally you might have had him a little lower with this tough matchup, but with all the people on bye and people injured, hey, and he's fresh. He's off a bye week. Let's see what they can do. I mean, are we trusting Denver too much? They've got him ranked 18th. Ooh, I got him 14th. But just not a lot of people playing. How about ETN and Brian Robinson Jr.? ETN, they've got him ranked 22nd. I got him ranked 15th. All right, I guess I'm a little higher on ETN. Problem here is they love Tank Bigsby. I even moved him up to the front, first person, right? But Coach came out this week and said, hey, we're not giving up on Travis Etienne. All right, so you're wondering where to match him and Tank this week, right? Well, I've got up against the easy 10 schedule, right? Playing in London, playing the Bears. I think they try to get Travis Etienne going, back on track, right? So why do I think that? Why wouldn't they just stick with this Tank Bigsby that's been good? Well, I think they might try to showcase Travis Etienne Jr. a little bit, wouldn't you? Get him out there. Let other teams see him. Trade deadline's coming out. They talked up, I heard Dallas on him. But I think he'll have a good week. I think they'll try to showboat him a little bit in case they're thinking trade, and then eventually get Tank back in there. But they talked him up a little bit, so let's see. Tank got a lot of that on one big carry. So let's move down here to Brian Robinson Jr. Problem with him, we're loving him. Look at that, number 7 in fantasy scoring so far. They've got him ranked 17th. I've got him ranked 16th, right on par. Why don't we love him this week? Well, he's got Baltimore, position schedule 29. Look at that scoring, though. He's been good. And I think Austin Eckler might come back this week. So, he's going to be in there, too. So, you got 2 of them, but, hey, tough matchup. And it might be actually more of an Eckler game, but with playing at Baltimore. But it's going to be a tough game for both of them. But with so many people off, you got to get them in, right? So let's move on. Number 17 and 18, I got Hubbard and Owamage. Yes, Hubbard. He's got a tough matchup. He's number 10 in fantasy scoring. Look at that. He's had the job up until we're all waiting. And they're not afraid to use him. You know what I mean? That's what's great about these guys that have the job temporarily. Hey, use them up like Jordan Mason. Well, use him up until the real guy gets back, right? He's been scoring great. Tough matchup this week, though. Waiting on Jonathan Brooks to hear that he's coming back. But anyway, it's been the Chubba show up there so far. I've got him at 17th. Ooh, they got him a little higher at 10th. I just don't like that matchup. That's a division matchup. 28th schedule, Atlanta. Ooh, don't like that. But anyway, I got him 17th. What about, I guess if I got a sleeper, it's going to be Dare Ongwambwe. It's easy for me to say. Same old stale joke. I got him here at number 3. You know, he came on last week, been coming on here a little bit. Well, Joe Mixon, I've got out. Cam Akers, hey, he is the de facto running back. They kind of both shared last week. And if it was a pushover game for them, I would be picking them. But at New England, it says 11 schedule, easy schedule. That's pretty good. I'm just worried that might come into some sort of game. New England might put on a little bit more than you think. And it's going to be his kind of game with that receiving. All right? Receiving out of the back, 155 yards. Might get you a stray touchdown. Of the two, I'm thinking it's Onwambe this week. And how about, can you believe I got Robinson 19th? They got him ranked 6th. Well, I heard about a little hamstring problem. So I'm not too high on him. And he's got an easy matchup. I'm just worried. Hey, Tyler Algier got some action last week too. They're pushing him some. Robinson, he just been doing in the 10s. Hasn't breakout. Is this his breakout game? If they wouldn't have talked about this hamstring problem, how they're stringing him along. Look at that, 25 in rushing for team, 6th in passing. Been doing it by passing. Maybe at Carolina. How's that going to turn out? Is Atlanta going to be? I'm down on him. They got him ranked 6th. I got him all the way down to 19th. Maybe that's crazy, but that's just how I see it. All right, let's bring in Najee and... we're going to wait on that. How about Najee? Here's where disappointment. He's got an easy schedule. Is he going to finally come on? We got him with an easiest 8th schedule. All right. Warren, there's talk that he might be starting to practice, but they ain't just going to ramp him up. So we got Najee, just been a disappointment. I mean, if you're into getting 8 or 9 points a week, he's been your man every week. Just can't get that touchdown. Last week I thought it'd be the time. He's at Las Vegas this week. They've got him ranked 20th. I've got him ranked 20th. Just a disappointment. But hey, we'll see how he does this week. Got to stick him in there if you're in your top 20. I mean, an easy matchup. You got to get him in. He's the 20th. Let's go to 21 and 22. I've got Singletary and Tyrone Tracy back to back. So, is Singletary playing? Right? That's the main thing. They've got both of them 13th schedule here. They don't have Singletary ranked, but I've heard him that he's playing. They've got Tracy at 19. So, let's see here. Singletary was doing good. That injury, and this is part of that 4th week, that's part of that injury too. Singletary was doing the job, but then, of course, Tyrone Tracy fills in for him and gets the points. You can see here last week. So, my whole key, if you're wondering what to do here, if Singletary plays, he is the man. I would move Tracy down 10 spots. I mean, he'll get some action too. Are they going to be winning against Cincinnati? How's this game going to go? This will be an interesting one to see on the Giants. But if Singletary's in, you play him at 21. And because I'm afraid that they're going to if Singletary's in, he's looking healthy. I'm afraid they're going to play Tracy as a little sharing and stealing some of the action. Too much for me. So that's why Singletary be down to 21st. But if he doesn't play, well, you stick Tyrone Tracy up 5 spots, right? With this 13th, you'd stick him up to about 19th. You'd start him, Tyrone Tracy. So we've got to find out what's going on. It sounds like Singletary's going to play. So that's why I got him ranked there. How about Trey Sermon and Cam Akers coming in at 23 and 24? Just don't know about this Trey Sermon. I think Jonathan Taylor's going to be out, right? Trey Sermon, hey, he came on last week, did pretty good, got a touchdown. Saved him. He didn't have the greatest yards last week, but got in there. Hey, we'll see how he does. They've got him currently ranked 24th. Looks like I got him 23rd. But just going to be all dependent on, I know Taylor's out, but how deep you need to go. Cam Akers, well, you can see I had Dare here ahead of him. So that's just game flow. I just have a feeling it's going to be passing. And Cam Akers, he did pretty good last week. I mean, but I don't know. I'm going to go with Dar as the one getting more action there. Let's move down to 25 and 26. We're getting deep. Now here's where, hey, you might have to play these guys, but it's getting pretty deep down here. Ramondre Stevenson, how'd he do last week? They're talking up Gibbs. They moved Gibbs up there. Well, you can see, didn't last long. He got 15 points last week, Ramondre, and Gibson's got about 5. So they are sharing there. That's a tough matchup. That's, of course, why he's down here. He's the 14th ranked in scoring, 14th finishing in scoring. They got him ranked 24th. I've got him 25th. Just a tough matchup for him this week. Javonte, they've got him 21st. I guess I'm a little down on. I got him 26th. Got the Chargers, 26th position schedule. Don't love it. If you got to play him, you got to play him. I mean, it depends on how deep your bench is. Javonte Williams, he kind of came on last week, was just points. We're still looking for that touchdown. Maybe they get a touchdown in this game. I'm kind of hoping, for Javonte to get going there. So let's move on to 27 and 28. Alexander Madison, hey, he's the only game in town. The problem is they got the 30th schedule. Pittsburgh. Don't like that. Tough defense. You're going to have him, but Zamir White is out. Not that it matters much. He hadn't been scoring anything. Alexander Madison filling in pretty good. I mean, if you have to go deep, it's going to be him solo. So you might get some stuff there. Ford getting one more week solo. Chubb still not. I don't think he's going to play. I got him out. Foreman just never shows up. I don't love their schedule. 14th schedule for Ford. Cleveland just terrible. I mean, the problem there is this Deshaun Watson. I can't wait till they bench him. Bring in Jameson Winston, see if that fires up Amari Cooper. You're worried. Look at this. Amari Cooper's got the number 1 easy schedule, and you're scared to start him because of Deshaun Watson. Just wake up there, that owner. Get rid of him. Move on. Stop the bleeding is what you got to do. Rip the Band-Aid off. You got all kinds of things. Hey, let's go on. Now, this one, I have him ranked too low. I said I pulled Rashard White. This was a late thing. So, first of all, a tough matchup. So, if White is definitely out, I'm not sure. Late add to the injury, that not good sign. But, look at that. He not under 10. Bucky Irving, under 10. One little flash there on that touchdown when he got the touchdown. But, so, if White is out, you bump Bucky Irving up. This is your Bucky week, right? Going to be a tough matchup, though, against New Orleans. It's 21st schedule for Bucky. So, I don't know. But if White's definitely out, though, you'd want to move him up about 5-6 spots. It'd be great if he had a better matchup. But I would put him up there by Trey Sermon, maybe ahead of Singletary. But Najee, I'd put Bucky Irving 20th if White is definitely out. Just didn't know when I had it set up. Tank Bigsby. You're wondering why the heck do I have Tank down here? He's the 29th running back. They got him ranked 25th for the week. He's 29th in fantasy scoring so far with that big run last week. That's what's got him on the map. Yeah, he's been sharing. There's a little shoulder injury there with ETN. So a little fire under ETN, a little fire under Jacksonville. I mean, come on. Got a win last week. Can they keep it rolling over there in London against Chicago? Maybe. I'm thinking they're going to show. My big play on this is I think they're going to try to show ETN because there's been trade talks. They lose to the Bears and ETN has a good game. I would trade him. Dallas was one of them they were thinking. So you hold on to ETN, no, you might get that. But I think they're going to de-emphasize Tank this week a little bit. How about there in Cincinnati? Which ones are going to be? Last week they platooned, right? Both have a terrible schedule at the Giants, number 22. I guess since there's little talk about Zach Moss, hurt, but I don't know. Let's see here. We got Zach Moss. He been scoring all right for beginning this first few weeks. Now Chase Brown came on with that big explosive last 2 weeks. So I guess you'd go with Chase Brown. A lot of sharing going on there up against a tough matchup on the road. Cincinnati's not been doing that. Might be passing. Who knows how that game's going to. I don't like either of them. Don't like either. How about Algier? And we're down here to the 34th and 35th. We're just looking if you have to start some one of these down here. Well, good luck. I mean, I wouldn't start Algier, although it's an easy schedule. But it happens. All it has to do with the health of Robinson. You know, they talk up that hamstring, but he played last week with it, so got to wait till closer to game time. Somehow Robinson was a surprise out. You get Tyler Algier in there, put him in there both hands, and he would be your, what is that, DFS or one of those pick 'em games where you pick those games. All right. Ricky Dowdell, Dallas. I mean, he's the top guy there. All right. Had kind of a good week, I think, last week. Look at that. Why do we have him ranked down so low? We don't know where that sharing going on. 23rd matchup. Is Zeke going to get anything in there? No, Zeke's not getting nothing. So Dowdell, I've got him ranked all the way down here to 35th. They've got him ranked 23rd this week. I just don't like that game against Detroit. All right, it's 31 team rushing. Schedules 27. I've seen more passing for Dallas in that game. And I just don't like Dowdell this week. But hey, you never know. And Zach Charbonnet and Austin Eckler down here. Way down here at 37 and 38. Zach Charbonnet, he played. He got in a little bit, but hey, you know, he didn't get enough. And Austin Eckler here, it's a tough matchup at Baltimore. Maybe that plays more to his style than Brian Robinson Jr. Maybe they'll pass him the ball a little bit. You know, he does have that 150 yards receiving. He's been playing good, right? Just tough matchup at Baltimore. I mean, that's why he's down here. Gibson, tough matchup at Houston. Roshan Johnson here, we got him. Excuse me. We're thinking that Swift's going to get majority of the action there. So, hey, you know, what are you going to do? So, Roshan, they talked about showing maybe this week he shows back up, but it's an easy matchup. So, you're kind of just waiting for them to get, you know, Swift going. So, I'd lay off Roshan this week. We're down there at the bottom. Justice Hill. You can see he's 36th in fantasy. They got him ranked 32. I got him down here just against Washington. Might be one of his games. You know, he gets in there and gets some scoring too. So we'll see. But moving on down, we're down to the bottom here. Braylon Allen, this is an interesting one. Is he going to get in there? Gets number one easy Buffalo. Coaching changes. What are we reading there? I just read that they're going to try to get Breece Hall going. That would be my number one thing. And Braylon Allen, you know you can't start him. You hope for a scrap touchdown if you have to. And Ray Davis, there was real talk about Cook missing a little time. If he is, get him up there. But, of course, Ty Johnson down here too. So he's got a little bit more points here. They're both low average. Cook gets all the attention, but if somehow Cook was out, that'd be a tough matchup against the Jets. You know, you'd almost go the Ty Johnson route because he's more of a receiving back. Not a lot, but ain't a lot to go around with Cook's ball hogging up there, right? So down here at the bottom of the list, we got Emmanuel Wilson and McLaughlin. Hey, you never know. This McLaughlin, that's a tough matchup. And Javante's up a little higher. They got him ranked 39th, I guess. 40th on Emmanuel Wilson, just not a lot there. Did I mention Tajay Spears? You know, he's got an easy matchup. They've been sharing a little bit more. Maybe we should have had him up just a few. They got him ranked 35th. You know, but let's just see how that game rolls on. All right? All right. If you're liking what you're seeing, please hit that like. Please hit that subscribe button. All right, I'm looking around here. Where's my ending show? Looking for my ender. Can't find my ending. Of course I can't. Boy, if this is the number 2 easiest